Good afternoon. We got afternoon. Now that we have everyone here, can I have everyone's attention? This is a beautiful, beautiful day. This is a beautiful day. I just want to say, first of all, thank you all for coming out. I am Will Smith, the Chief Financial Officer of the Detroit Riverfront Conservancy, and I promise I will not smack anybody today. I promise. I promise. I promise. Thank you all for joining us. Welcome to those of you who are here in person. Welcome to all of you back there at Facebook Live. Judging from the crowd, I can see that everybody's excited, and I am too. This has been a long time coming for me. This has been a long time coming. 2009, I walked through a building that was sitting here, and with the Free Press Partnership and Matt Cullen and Faye, and we looked at the property and said, we'll take it at a discount, thank you. And we've had it for 2009, and to see us here today about to start construction, it's a great day. It's a great day. Many of you joined us here a little over a month ago for the groundbreaking of the Southwest Greenway, which is a new connection that's going to connect the West Riverfront to the Southwest Greenway neighborhoods, Corktown, Mexican Town. So excited about that. Can I get a round of applause for the Southwest Greenway? But today we are celebrating the groundbreaking for the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Centennial Park. When this park opens in 2024, this is going to be an amazing, amazing park. This is a game changer, folks. This is absolutely a game changer. Wilson Park will be the catalyst for the transformation of the West Riverfront. This will be a park that draws major generations of Detroiters. We've already made significant steps along our 2-mile vision for the West Riverfront. We opened a new stretch of Riverwalk right up the street across a piece of property that used to be part of a Joe Louis parking lot. We also built a beautiful, beautiful boardwalk in front of Riverfront Towers, which I did not think would ever happen. But we built in the water. We actually built out into the water. Mark, we did it, right? Right now, crews are working on the parcel adjacent to us, the DDA. They're stabilizing the seawall. In just a few short months, we'll be starting our construction there to make that final connection to the West Riverfront. The Detroit Riverfront Conservancy has made tremendous stride over the last 19 years as we make progress for the vision of a 5-mile of revitalized riverfront. As you'll hear today, we haven't done it all on our own. Unfortunately, my guy, our biggest champion of partnerships, our board chairman, Matt Cullen, is unable to join us in person today, but he has provided a message that I would like to read at this time. The project that we celebrate today, Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Centennial Park, is monumental. It will extremely be significant to our city and our region. Parks of this stature and scale only come around once in a lifetime. The Detroit Riverfront Conservancy was launched by the leaders from the city of Detroit, General Motors, and the Kresge Foundation, with a tremendous amount of input and encouragement from the residents of our city. That work has been accelerated by the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation, along with countless other funders and collaborators who we recognize today. I want to thank Dave Egner, who has believed in the work of the Detroit Riverfront Conservancy since his days at Hudson Weber Foundation. And I want to thank the entire board of Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation for helping us to strive for and ultimately achieve this incredible vision. The brilliant designs from the world-class architecture team of Michael Van Valkenburg and David Adjaye have inspired us all over the past 3 years, and we are confident that Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Park will have a profound impact on our city and our region. Thank you for joining us today to mark this special occasion. We look forward to you celebrating with you when the park opens. Thank you, Matt, for those wonderful inspirational words. I know you're watching back there. We wish you were here with us today. And for those of you that may not know, Matt has given his heart, his soul to the revitalization of Detroit Riverfront for almost 20 years. He is the only chairman that we've ever had for the Riverfront Conservancy. I don't want another one. Matt is the guy who brings everyone together. Matt, you're the best. Rest up. The state of Michigan has been a tremendous supporter. The current administration is especially supportive of our efforts, and we are most appreciative of it. The DNR has been incredible partners with the Riverfront Conservancy. We're back. We're back. Again, as I stated, the DNR has been a great partner. Thanks to all the previous directors, Keith Cray, Rodney Stokes, Dan Eichinger currently. Again, thank you. Ron Olson, all my folks over at the DNR, we really, really, truly appreciate everything you've done. But my guy, Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist, is joining us today and representing the office of Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Welcome to the stage.
All right, how's everybody doing? This is a celebration today that I'm really honored and privileged to join you. On behalf of Governor Gretchen Whitmer and everyone in the state of Michigan, I want to thank everyone for participating today. I want to congratulate the broad coalition that made today happen. So many partners, as Will indicated, came together from the Riverfront Conservancy, supporters of the Riverfront Conservancy, all the team members who've done all the work so that we actually have something to do on this parcel today. This is really exciting. It's been a collaboration that's included every portion of government at every level that touches this part of the great state of Michigan. And the result is going to be an international jewel. An international jewel. You're going to hear from many leaders here today, and I want to share something very personal, though, because I'm here not just as the Lieutenant Governor of the great state of Michigan, not just as a Detroiter who lives about 2 minutes that way, not just representing Governor Gretchen Whitmer, not just as a board member of the Detroit Riverfront Conservancy, but as a father whose children play in this grass. My children have flown kites here at the West Riverfront. They've done Touch a Truck here at the West Riverfront. They've participated in concerts here at the West Riverfront. And that's when it was just grass and concrete, Mark. I'm excited about how this will draw families to spend time here, to make connections here, to tell multi-generational stories here at the West Riverfront. And we have to thank for that such amazing partners and leaders. I want to thank Mary Wilson. I want to thank the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation for your team for helping to coalesce all of us around a vision. I want to thank Mayor Duggan and the leadership here in the city of Detroit for their support of this project and of the Conservancy broadly. I want to highlight the fact that this is not the first park project that the state of Michigan is looking to support. Governor Gretchen Whitmer and I have made it a priority to invest in public spaces that promote the type of health, wellness, beauty, understanding, and connection that this space will provide. That has included just this year a $250 million investment in park projects just like this one, just like the Joe Louis Greenway, just like the Southwest Greenway. We're going to continue to support these kinds of projects that, again, make it so that Michiganders can come together, that this international jewel will be enjoyed by people from every corner of both peninsulas of the state of Michigan when they come here to have fun and to build memories, because that's what this is all about. We are happier, we are better connected, and again, I'll say it again, we are healthier because we are investing in spaces and opportunities like this one. And so I say we have a lot of work to do to make sure that this space continues to represent everything the Riverfront Conservancy projects have represented, that there are spaces that are welcoming to all people, welcoming to everyone who calls Michigan home, no matter what you look like, where you're from, whether you've ever seen water, whether you can swim, whether you can run. We can all come together and stand tall for Michigan with projects like this one. So thank you so much for being here. God bless Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Park.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor, for all your leadership and hard work. We truly, truly appreciate you. As was shared in Matt's message, the City of Detroit is one of our 3 founding partners. Support from the city has allowed us to make this significant progress in the revitalization of Detroit Riverfront. It is my pleasure to introduce Mike Duggan, Mayor of our great city of Detroit.
Didn't we get a beautiful day for this announcement? I get to do a lot of these, but today's event is almost overwhelming. For pretty much my whole life, Detroit has been a city divided. I mean, that's the truth. We've been divided racially. We've been divided geographically, east versus west. We've been divided between those who are well off and those who are not well off. We've been divided ethnically in neighborhoods where people speak different languages. And what great cities have is a central place where the entire city can come together. And through most of my lifetime, Detroit never had that. But with Matt Cullen and Mark Wallace and all of the partners in the Detroit Riverfront Conservancy, they have added a dimension to this city. I used to go to Chicago and be so envious of their waterfront. And now we had 3 million people visit our riverfront, and USA Today has named it the #1 riverfront in the country. It is impossible to thank everybody who's made that possible. But I would say today, we're the #1 riverfront in the country before today's announcement. And to Mary Wilson, this is going to be the crown jewel of the Detroit riverfront. This is going to be spectacular. And to Ethan Davison and Mark Bernstein and Rachel and the McClures and the Harrises who are making this possible. And for everybody else, I'd like you to think about this. The city of Detroit is a better place to live because of what's been done on this riverfront. And I can't imagine a higher compliment to the donors and the folks who made it possible. Thank you so much for all you've done.
Thank you, Mayor Duggan, for all of your hard work and leadership revitalizing the city of Detroit. This has been a great, great partnership with the city, and we're going to continue to work together on the Joe Louis Greenway. All right. Next, we would have had Gabriela Santiago Romero, Councilwoman, but she couldn't make it today. So we just want to send shouts out to the Detroit City Council. Thank you for all your hard work. We're in District 6, so we'll be working with the Councilwoman for a long time to come. Thank you for all your support. I got in trouble last time for making a comment about cash cow with respect to the DNR. I'm just saying, the generosity of the Wilson Foundation was instrumental in moving this park forward. From their early support developing our community advisory team and community meetings to elevating Detroit voices to supporting important connections like the Southwest Greenway. They have stepped up in every way. Their commitment of $50 million to make this iconic vision a reality made today's groundbreaking possible. Joining us today from the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation is President, CEO, Dave Egner.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you. Good afternoon. It's so great to be here. I'm so thrilled. This park will be named for our namesake, Ralph C. Wilson Jr., who started his foundation long before he passed in 2014 with a vision of trying to improve the lives of people. And he appointed 4 life trustees, all of whom are here along with 3 at-large trustees with us. The trustees of the Wilson Foundation are up here, and thank you all for all you've done to make this possible. While our namesake will have his name on this park, which makes us very proud, it's not a park for the Wilson Foundation or of our namesake. It's a park for and of the people of Detroit and the region. And it's here because in the design that you're going to see and all that's going to happen here happens because there was a community engagement team that became a part of this. This has been a gold standard community engagement process led by the Riverfront Conservancy. Without that, this would be a park built by a famous architect, but this park's co-architect by the people who are going to use it. It's a great, great honor. You're going to hear from Denise Kennedy, one of the community members who in a bit. But I can tell you what we're most proud of is how engaged the community has been in this park and how engaging this park will be to the community. I was thinking on the way over and talking to Mary Wilson about how we got here. And we both recalled that we had Mark at a meeting in January of 2017 and asked him back in March of 2017 to talk about what was happening on the riverfront. And one of our trustees, Frank Fountain, said, that West Riverfront, you got plans for that yet? As we were thinking about something iconic with Mr. Wilson's name on it. That's how our conversation got started. But I can honestly tell you that's not where this got started. We wouldn't be here had it not been for the 20 years prior of work and vision and commitment by so many. By General Motors, by Kresge, by the Knight Foundation, Hudson Weber, Skillman, McGregor Fund. I can go on, and I know I'll leave many, many out in that process. And it continues with the Harris family and the Valade family and with the Davidson Foundation. So I'm just so pleased to be part of standing on the shoulders of those who came before us and helping to prop up and work with and connect arms with those who are coming right beside us. One of which I have the privilege of bringing up now. The Davidson Foundation has been so critical to much of our work at the Wilson Foundation, not just parks, but we've been good partners in so many things. So Darren McKeever.
Thank you, Dave. I'll have more to say about you and the Wilson Foundation in a minute, but spring has finally arrived in Michigan. I mean, after the January and February and March again, and April, I think, we earned this one. Look, on behalf of the board and the staff of the William Davidson Foundation, including Ethan Davidson, who is here with us today, we are delighted to celebrate the groundbreaking of the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Centennial Park. With each addition to this beautiful area, we are expanding opportunities for Detroiters and visitors alike to enjoy the green spaces and activities that this city and this region can offer. Thousands of people many more than we can name today, have worked tirelessly to develop the entire riverfront area, and to each of them, we owe a great debt of gratitude. This afternoon, though, I do want to spend just a few moments recognizing some specific people whose vision and leadership have made this day possible. Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist and Governor Whitmer, your commitment to this city, to this state, and in particular, the parks and greenways and trails make the days like this possible. Thank you. Mayor Duggan, for your continued stewardship of the city and its growth, which allows the public and the philanthropic sectors to make these kinds of investments together, not simply with hope, but with confidence. Thank you for that. And special thanks to those who paved and planted the way before us. Dave mentioned a number of the institutions. I want to call out a few individuals, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some, but Faye Nelson, Miriam Noland, Laura Trudeau, and the Kresge Foundation, they saw what the riverfront could be and have worked tirelessly to realize that potential. And Matt Cullen, wish you were here, sending greetings out from the podium. Mark, Will, the whole team at the Riverfront Conservancy, thank you for your exceptional ongoing work to make the riverfront vision come to life. And finally, I'm grateful for Dave, my good friend, his board, the team at had founders who were deeply at the Wilson and Davidson Foundation, often and enthusiastically partner on efforts, whether it's to beautify this city, to foster entrepreneurship across this region, or to strengthen arts, cultural, and other community assets up and down the Woodward Corridor. But today, of course, all eyes are on this beautiful riverfront, already voted twice, 2 years in a row, the #1 riverfront in the country. So few efforts have inspired and connected this region, quite like the revitalization of the 5 miles or so of the Detroit riverfront, from the Ambassador Bridge to Belle Isle. The riverfront has been a game changer for Detroit and has been a significant part of the William Davidson Foundation's efforts over the last decade. As we shared last year, we are particularly excited that the William Davidson Sport House will be part of Ralph Wilson Park. This sport house will add to the public offerings on the riverfront with a beautiful structure housing basketball courts, flexible space for programs and events. Congratulations to all for today's momentous groundbreaking. And whether it's the William Davidson Sport House, the Delta Dental Play Garden, DTE Foundation Hill, or any of the other countless amenities, we're looking forward to enjoying everything Ralph Wilson Park will have to offer. Thank you all.
Thank you, Darren. We are so grateful for the Davidson Foundation support of this mission. Ethan, thank you so much for the bad boys and Chauncey and Rip. Yeah, Detroit basketball. For those of you who don't know, I'm a avid Pistons fan. Gores, love the team. Troy Weaver, Rob Murphy, amazing team. I was an amazing basketball player, just so you know. No, I'm being serious. My mom and dad are there. They can vouch for that. I was an amazing basketball player. And I will be reliving my hoop dreams at the Davidson Sport House. I told Mark I'm going to move my offices I will just be located there on a daily basis. But I am so, so excited about the Davidson Sport House. So, okay. All right, let's get serious. Our next speaker, Chris Korleski, is the director of the National Program Office for the Environmental Protection Agency. Last spring, we kicked off a project with Chris's team on the old Uniworld site, which will be opening in September, y'all. The Uniworld site was another project that I've been working on for 16 years. And it's going to be done in September. We're going to be finishing the East Riverfront connections, and we are working with the EPA again on a $17 million project that involves soil remediation, habitat restoration, along with the shoreline on the West Riverfront along Wilson Park. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Korleski.
Does he really hit people when they're speaking? I'm a little nervous about that. So I'm with US EPA. I'm the environmental protection guy, and I could speak for an hour about the habitat that's going to be put in here, how it's going to improve habitat, how the contaminated sediment is going to be capped. The environmental improvements here are going to be incredible. And that's what we do, and that's what we live to do, and we enjoy doing it. But instead, I'm going to come to you with sort of an outsider's perspective here. I'm not from Detroit. I'm from Chicago. I flew in today because this is so important. And I don't know all the folks from the foundation and all the groups that they don't know me. I don't know them. But here's what I can tell you from an outsider's perspective. The work that's being done here is being done and has been done in many other cities in the Great Lakes area through something called the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative, where we're cleaning up these things called areas of concern. And this park area is a small part of a much larger area of concern, which we are going to get finished by 2030, come hell or high water. I will tell you that. But I will quickly say, I can tell you it is true. When you clean it, they will come. So right now, you've got a river with, as was noted earlier, sheet piling and concrete wall. It's almost like you're sort of at war with the river. Well, what's the park going to do? It's going to bring that river to the community and the community to the river. And it's going to bring people downtown. And it's not just the environmental benefits, which is what we love to talk about. It's the community benefits. And then the economic benefits that can derive from that. And the social well-being benefits that derive from that. So I'm a really boring person, and I can talk for hours about the environmental things, because unless you're an environmental person, you may not find it that exciting. But it is so exciting to also just tell you, folks, you're in the vanguard. You are rebuilding the Great Lakes area. You are rebuilding your city, and you're doing it in a way that's, I think, going to be unparalleled across the Great Lakes and the world, as I've heard. We just want to thank everyone for letting us be a part of this, allowing us to work on this project. And I got to tell you, I love Detroit. I love to come here. I've got a soft spot in my heart for this city because I've never seen a city fight so hard against so many things to come back and be the city it wants to be. So thank you for inviting me, and thanks very much.
Chris, thank you so much for your support. What I can tell you is for $17 million, we're extremely interested in EPA information. Extremely concerned about the environment for $17 million. In 2020, the Conservancy announced a $6 million partnership with Huron-Clinton Metro Parks. Working together, the Conservancy and Metro Parks are providing more educational opportunities for children within the city of Detroit and in communities throughout Southeast Michigan. Additionally, we are pleased to announce that Wilson Park will be also the home to a new Metro Park. Can I get a round of applause for that? This will be the first Metro Park in the city of Detroit. Joining us today is Amy McMillan, Director of Huron-Clinton Metro Parks.
Good afternoon. It is truly my honor to be here with you today and to represent everyone who is a part of the Huron-Clinton Metro Parks, our commissioners, our leadership and staff, and our volunteers. because so many of them have worked so hard over the years to commemorate what we're here to make what we're here to commemorate today possible. I am truly standing on the shoulders of giants. And we're here today not only to celebrate this amazing thing called the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Centennial Park, but also a remarkable collaboration between the Detroit Riverfront Conservancy and the Metro Parks. I know that everyone here understands and passionately believes that quality parks add so much to the quality of life for everyone in our communities. That was the idea behind the founding of the Metro Parks generations ago, and it's the spirit of the partnership between the Conservancy and the Metro Parks today. Since its founding, the Detroit Riverfront Conservancy has set a national standard for riverfront restoration and development. And this new park will raise that bar even higher. We could not be more grateful to be partners with the Riverfront Conservancy. I am proud today of the faith and the re-engagement our teams have been able to bring to both the opportunities and the challenges before us. And speaking for everyone at the Metro Parks, we are thrilled, so thrilled, after so long, to be here with you in the heart of the region we serve. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amy. We are so thrilled to bring a Metro Park to the city and continue our educational opportunities together. When we say this park has something for everyone, it's because we actively worked to bring everyone to the table. In particular, we worked across the city with kids to develop the vision for a 4-acre play garden at Wilson Park. Delta Dental of Michigan is making that play garden a reality. With a $5 million gift to support the construction, the Delta Dental Play Garden will feature imaginative animals from the brilliant minds of Detroit children, a water wonderland, and an outdoor classroom. To talk about their generous investment in play, allow me to introduce Ms. Margaret Trimmer, Vice President of Strategic Partnerships.
We were so excited to build something that before we broke ground today, we built a float for the Thanksgiving parade. And we put Will Smith and Matt Cullen on that float. You never know where you'll find Will Smith. Good afternoon, Detroit. We are so proud to be here with so many distinguished guests, but also many of our customers and just dozens of our partners here in this beautiful space today. And while everybody is congratulating us for becoming the best Riverwalk in the country 2 times in a row, I would like to take note that you don't become the best in the nation by being great once in a while. You become the best in the nation by being great every single day. And Mark Wallace, Matt Cullen, the entire team is what it takes to make this place great every single day. And let me tell you, there was no place else in the world, and I've been traveling the world lately, there's no place else in the world that I wanted to be on Sunday to celebrate Mother's Day. I spent 4 hours walking every walkable space we currently have. That was 12 miles. I included Belle Isle. And it was the most beautiful way to spend a Mother's Day because I really do believe we've birthed something amazing and we need to take incredible care of that which we've birthed. Our children first, our parks, our communities second. Delta Dental is so proud to be here in the midst of all of you. This is our largest corporate investment ever. And the really beautiful thing about that, it was like the first thing I got to do when I joined the company 4 years ago. And the really beautiful thing about it is once you do a big investment once, it gets easier to do it again and again and again. So we're getting pretty good at it. We expect to be investing a whole lot more in other spaces that are coming here in our city. The Delta Dental Play Garden promises to be a safe, fun, and at the same time, educational space for all of the children and families of Southeastern Michigan and beyond. It really is a come one, come all space. And if you don't believe the power of gathering diversity in a safe and comforting space, walk this community. Walk it not just once, walk it twice, walk it a dozen times, and you will see every shape, size, color, community, ethnicity, religion, and every breed of dog. It's quite remarkable. But more than a fun, exciting, and inviting space, the projects we're celebrating today, from the beautiful bear slide to the awesome basketball courts, I might put my office out there too, will drive economic development and positive energy on the west side, just like it has done on the east side. And at Delta Dental, our community giving, my team gets really sick of hearing me say the mantra, but our community giving is built on building healthy, smart, vibrant communities for all. This investment hits every one of those pillars and then some. It will create the conditions for businesses and families to find joy and success. As Will said, it is indeed a game changer. Thank you.
Thank you, Margaret. And those of you that don't know, Margaret is a lot of fun. We had an amazing time Thanksgiving Day at the parade. For those of you who are hashtagging, our hashtag is RCW Park, hashtag Detroit Riverfront. I don't see any 20-somethings out there, but those of you, all right. Today, the Conservancy is very proud to announce that our longtime partner, the DTE Energy Foundation, is also joining the Vision for Wilson Park. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce Lynette Dowler, President and Chair of DTE Energy Foundation, to share some news.
Well, good afternoon. You know, I said to Dave when we first got here today that I just feel like God is smiling down on this and giving us this beautiful day as we're taking care of the earth and the water and the people of this community. And it's just a beautiful day. And, you know, as I was listening to all of the conversations from the previous speakers, it reminded me of something that I often talk about, particularly when national organizations talk with us and they ask about what's the secret sauce here in our city. And I think the secret sauce is that philanthropy bands together. And philanthropy in this region bands together for one reason. And that reason is because the organizations like the Riverfront Conservancy delivers. Time and time again, organizations like the Riverfront Conservancy just deliver. So for all the partners in philanthropy, it's great to be among you, and it's an honor to be among you. So on behalf of our company's 10,000 plus employees, just thank you for allowing me to say a few words. Like you, Detroit is where many of us at DTE live, work, and play. And we're looking forward to playing right here even more. We're fortunate to serve our city with natural gas and electricity. In addition to providing key utilities to so many, we aspire to be the best for the world and the best in the world, serving as a force for growth and prosperity in the communities where we live and serve. And our company's goal is to inspire and encourage engagement in the communities to build productive and safe neighborhoods for families to raise their children, like the Lieutenant Governor said, and conduct local business and have access to necessary services. I was also mentioning earlier, I've been to some of the community engagement meetings that have been held in order to bring the community's voice into this design, and I see them here. This is a community-informed investment, and that is a beautiful thing because this is for our community. The DTE Foundation is focused on supporting effective, equitable programming that's culturally relevant and serves the needs of our community. However, our investments don't drive change alone. the strength, support, and passion of our community partners. So many of you are here, are vital in helping us carry out our mission, and we're grateful for our relationship with the Conservancy, along with so many other organizations represented here. So when the concept first came to us, and Mark was in our board meeting sharing with us all the magnificence about this park, we immediately knew it was a perfect fit. And it aligned with the purpose of our organization in revitalizing communities, make them safe, beautiful, connected, walkable, catalyzing localized economy in the region. So after extensive planning that you guys have put blood, sweat, and tears into and tremendous support, I can say without a doubt, this is one of the most exciting projects we've been blessed to be a part of. We consider it an honor to partner in this way, and we're so excited for our community. We just believe that venues like this connect us all together and give us the ability to be stronger, more powerful. It allows us to have fun, and it brings people in. And that's what this is all about. So today, just thank you. I'm so excited to announce that the DTE Performance Hill will be here for having beautiful, culturally exciting events here at the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Centennial Park. Congratulations, everyone.
Thanks, Lynette, and we are thrilled to have the support. Thank you for activating the Foundation Hill. Appreciate it. The Conservancy prides itself on our legacy of community engagement. Over the years, we've hosted hundreds of meetings to connect with the people from throughout the community, to not only share our plans with them, but to ask what they wanted to see along the riverfront. Several years ago, the Conservancy launched the Community Advisory Team, more affectionately known as the CAT Team, to help us engage with people throughout the city about Wilson Park and to serve as ambassadors within the community. The CAT Team comprises 21 individuals. We asked a lot of them, and they didn't blink. They really delivered. They spoke at events, hosted dinners at their homes, and went door to door and even traveled to parks throughout the country to learn more about public spaces, and we had some good times. I think I was the only one that went on all of the trips. Yeah. Their contributions to the Wilson Park project were immeasurable. We truly can't thank them enough. Joining us today, we celebrate the groundbreaking of this park with the CAT Team member, Denise Kennedy.
What a room, what a crowd. And it's a beautiful day. Good afternoon, everyone. A little bit nervous here because a whole lot of y'all showed up. Okay, thank you. So we're just going to talk in the beginning about how it started for us. First of all, thank you, Will. And I'm happy and honored to represent the Community Advisory Team, and as we're known, the CAT Team. And this afternoon, our journey began in June of 2017, where we were selected to do the work to help represent the city having a voice in this park. Becoming a member of the CAT Team, they wanted us to be ambassadors in our communities and neighborhoods to raise awareness, gather insight, and share ideas that would contribute to the success and the transformation of the then, at that time, called the West Riverfront Park, now the Ralph Wilson Jr. Centennial Park. The CAT Team is diverse, inclusive, and has very strong opinions. We needed to be because we were leaders in our own community, but we all wanted to do more. We all wanted to bring our communities into the wider version of the city, and that's what this park will do. It will be so inclusive. So here's the facts. We went to 3 cities, Philadelphia, Chicago, and my hometown, New York. We visited 14 parks, We traveled over 1,500 miles plus to bring the best ideas back to Detroit in fun, play, and design. We attended engagements all throughout the metropolitan area, particularly in Detroit, primarily in Detroit, and we met the community where they were, where they lived, where they worked, and where they played. We ate some of the best Detroit food ever. And we engaged with thoughtful, anxious, and eager community that wanted to be part of this riverfront. They wanted this riverfront. They wanted the possibility of the riverfront that would be for everyone and not just a few. So to become the great access to the city in the state of Michigan, and that it would become a dream come true for Detroiters to play on the riverfront. So now I'm just going to stop for a second because I do have a bunch of notes here and I can't keep them in order. But so what we're going to do is talk from the heart here. So for me, I live in the 6 Mile Livernois area, and I'm a leader in that community, very active, very outspoken. But I was curious about what the city was going to do to bring not just my neighborhood, but other neighborhoods downtown to the riverfront and how inclusive it would be. So when I heard about this opportunity, I led with curiosity, and I stand here today still with curiosity. I believe it's going to be the most magnificent park because we did the work. And we had the support of the Riverfront Conservancy. We had the support of the Ralph Wilson Jr. Foundation. And we just simply did the work and brought the people out to the community engagements. So we traveled, but I want to tell you a little bit about why this story. There was something that we had to do. One of the projects that we did was we had these surveys that we would go to the coffee shops or wherever it was that we socialized with our friends and our family. We began there. And so before the pause of the stay at home, my family met every Thursday for family dinner. And at that table, at that particular time, and that would be 3 years and 7 months ago, there was anywhere from a toddler to a 92-year-old father, my father, and grandfather at the table. My dad will be 95 this summer. And so I started there because I had an audience. They couldn't go anywhere. They were eating dinner, so I passed the survey around. And I was really, because usually when I bring ideas to family dinner, they don't like it so much. But when I brought this idea, I was really, really surprised how engaged everyone was, about wanting to do that. And fill it out, and they were so active and talkative about it. So I was like, oh, this is amazing. So it led me to be able to do, once I had them, I went out to other friends. But the thing that I found out at that time, I was completely unaware that my dad, who worked across the street 20 plus years at the post office, and his friend, Miss Sylvia, would come twice a week to the riverfront and walk it. And it was just, I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know that. And I'm involved in something like this. And one of the things that he and Miss Sylvia shared with me is that they would come, they would, of course, have to stop and then start, they would drive. But one of the main things that they shared with me, that there was parking was an issue. Check, we'll get that done. No restrooms, check, we'll get that done. There was no place to eat but Burger King, check, we'll have that done. There were no trees, check, that will be done. So this park will answer all the things that my now soon to be 95-year-old dad, who has been walking along this riverfront for quite some time, will now have answered for him. And so I want to thank everyone, including the Riverfront Conservancy. "313 Creative, of course, the Ralph Wilson Jr. Foundation, Mrs. Wilson, who has grown us up, that allowed us to do this work, allowed us to really have a say in how this will be shaped, how this park will be shaped. It will be transformative for not only Detroiters, but Michiganders and people from around the world. And so I say to you, we still have 2 more years, okay? Just remember that. But I say, hashtag play is for everyone, and everyone should play.
Thank you so much, Denise, for your kind words and all the hard work that you and the CAT team have done. There are quite a few of our CAT team members here today. You may have noticed them walking around with a flower on their lapel. So CAT team members, give us a wave and let us celebrate you. Thank you. It is now my honor and privilege to introduce our fearless leader. But I just want to take a couple minutes just to kind of give you an idea of this man's vision and work ethic. I know all of you think that this is easy, what we do here, but it's not. I just want you all to know it is not easy. And when Mark came on board, the vision and the leadership that he came in with was so needed at the time, as we were losing an amazing leader, and there was just so much ambiguity about what was going to happen. And this man came in and he took the team and shot for the stars. Just to kind of give you a couple notes on his vision is that some of the things that you see here on the riverfront currently today are simple conversations of me and Mark going out of town and having those conversations. We went to Hackensack, New Jersey, right? Me and Mark were, I don't even know why we were there, but we were in Hackensack, right? And there was a boardwalk that was built in the river. And I said, Mark, can we do that in Detroit? Mark said, sure, why not? Let's do it, right? We did it, folks. We have a boardwalk in front of the River Run Towers. We went to Toronto. I don't know why we were in Toronto either, but we were in Toronto. And there was a beach in Toronto, but it wasn't on the water, right? You couldn't get into the water from the beach. Mark said, hey, we could do that in Detroit, right? I said, why not, Mark? Let's do it, right? Thus, we have Valet Park, which was formerly known as Atwater Beach. So I just want to give you a couple of notes of how visionary this man is. And I am so proud to call him a friend, a colleague. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Wallace, President and CEO.
It was actually Hoboken, New Jersey. Yeah, I don't remember why we were there either. And Will's right. We've been stealing great ideas from all over the country for decades. Man, there's a lot of people here. It's great to see you all. I hope everybody's excited about what is happening today, what we're starting. These are rare moments, and they only happen when many people come together. If we were standing here 150 years ago, I think about half of us would be in a creek and half of us would be in a swamp. And if we'd been here 100 years ago, this entire site was covered with train tracks. If you'd been here 60 years ago, we'd be standing basically in an empty field with one building that stored old newspapers. The history of Detroit's riverfront for over 100 years was the history of wasted opportunity and blight. We disrupted that history in 2003 when General Motors built the first section of the Riverwalk and donated it to the Detroit Riverfront Conservancy. Yeah. We wouldn't be here without General Motors, the Kresge Foundation, and the city of Detroit, and you can't overstate the significance of those early moves. At that time, expectations were very low in the city of Detroit. There were many places that were really important to us that had fallen into disrepair, and there were many people coming around town with big ideas and big promises that never came true. We knew that people were skeptical when we started talking about the vision for the Riverwalk. And we heard that skepticism in basically every community meeting we attended. In 2003 and 2004, we spent a lot of time in community centers. We spent a lot of time in church basements talking about the vision for the Detroit Riverwalk. And after one of those meetings, an older woman walked up to Karen Slaughter DuPerry and quietly pulled her aside and said, "Do you think we can have some pretty flowers on the Riverwalk?" We've come a long way since that moment. We've kept our promise that we will take care of the Riverwalk and keep it safe. We've kept our promise that this will be a place where everyone feels welcome. And we've kept the promise that the Riverwalk will be a world-class destination, which was just affirmed by USA Today, who has declared us the best Riverwalk in the country for 2 years in a row. But when we started talking about this park and thinking about its future, we knew that the opportunity far exceeded anything we'd undertaken before. By this point, Detroiters knew to ask for more than just pretty flowers. But we wanted Detroit to be able to provide specific input about what they would like to see in a 22-acre park. We knew we could show people videos, we could show people photos, but it's not the same as taking people to other cities. And that's where the idea for the CAT team came in. I see Richie Harrison here in the crowd today. Richie was running those CAT meetings. And that's when we called the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation. And since that day, the foundation has been encouraging us to do two things. They've encouraged us to go deep with community engagement, as deep as possible. And they've encouraged us to dream big every day. Our community engagement and our dreams have culminated in the plans that you see here today. And I can't mention the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation without a special shout out to Dave Egner and JJ Tai, who runs the Parks and Trails Initiative for the organization. JJ has become a great friend, an amazing leader for the organization, bringing people together. We're about to take one of the most underutilized pieces of land anywhere in the country and turn it into one of the best parks in the entire world. Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Centennial Park will be thrilling the day that it opens. Kids are going to swarm to the Delta Dental Play Garden. Your children and your grandchildren are going to be begging you to come here so they can play on the bear slide. Teens are going to gravitate toward the William Davidson Sport House. Families are going to come to watch movies and free concerts together on the DTE Foundation Hill. This will be a very active place where people come together to make great memories. And the park is just going to get better over time. The design team of Michael Van Valkenburg Associates has envisioned a landscape full of beautiful plants that will attract wildlife and create special moments of peace and delight for everyone who comes to Ralph Wilson Park. This will be a place where you come to celebrate the best days of your life. And as we learned through the pandemic, this will also be a place where you can come and regroup and relax after some of your hardest days. This vision has inspired so many donors to come to the table, and I have the privilege of thanking a few of them right now. There's a very special family, Sarah McClure and Chip McClure. Sarah's been on our board for a long time. Their daughter has been very active in our young adult program. They've taken me on bike tours of the riverfront, and I'm so pleased to announce that Sarah and Chip have made a gift of $500,000 to the Detroit Riverfront Conservancy. The gift will be celebrated with the naming of a treehouse slide in the Delta Dental Play Garden. It's going to be a really special place. I'd also like to recognize the Mort and Brigida Harris Foundation for their gift of $1.5 million. Mort and Brigida had an amazing relationship, and years ago, Mort decided he wanted to do something special for his wife. So he came down, we changed out all of the plantings in one of the gardens at Cullen Plaza, and he brought his wife down to celebrate her birthday. The foundation will be supporting educational programming at Ralph Wilson Park, and they'll be recognized with the naming of an outdoor classroom, again in the Delta Dental Play Garden. I'd also like to acknowledge a really special family. Keep saying special family because it's all special families. But Rachel Bendit and Mark Bernstein have become close friends as well. For those of you who know them, you know that they care deeply about our community. They care deeply about the city of Detroit. And I'd like to acknowledge the generous gift of $1.5 million from Rachel Bendit and Mark Bernstein. This gift will support climate change awareness and educational programming. And I'm thrilled to announce that the bear slide, the iconic element of the Delta Dental Play Garden, will forever be known as the Bernstein Bear. Pretty good. As William mentioned, the state of Michigan has been a tremendous leader in this project, and I'd also like to thank the Michigan Department of Environmental, Great Lakes, and Energy for their $1 million grant that will go towards soil remediation and habitat restoration. One of my questions when I got started in this position was, how do you manage a board of 55 people? And what I've come to learn is that the board is the muscle of this organization and our connection into the community. Board members, please raise your hand. Current and former board members, thank you so much for being here. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank our founding CEO. She's been mentioned before, but it took a lot of brilliant leadership over the course of 10 years for us to get set on the path to success. And I'd like to acknowledge that leader, Faye Alexander Nelson. This is where it gets a little personal. This park project in particular has been led by two incredible project managers, architects, construction managers. One who's been with us since day one as an executive on loan from General Motors, and one who has been working with us for almost 10 years from Jones Lang LaSalle America. Karen Slaughter Dupere, Rhonda Collins, please stand up. Let's recognize you. I'd also like to thank the construction team, Brinker Chrisman, who's our contractor for this project. It's going to be a lot of fun, very complicated. And I'd like to acknowledge Daryl Greer of the Means Group for his hard work on the Southwest Greenway and the Uniroyal connection. We're also joined by Kevin Johnson, President and CEO of the DEGC. I'd like to thank Kevin for his leadership on the DDA project right behind us here. And the team at the Riverfront Conservancy. It's hard to push people this hard sometimes. We don't have enough people to do this work, and yet they show up every day and make it happen. And I'm so grateful to be part of this team and part of this organization. Thank you so much for everything that you do. The one name I think hasn't been mentioned here yet today is our Chief Development Officer, Cassie Marie Brensky. I know that Matt and Faye did a whole lot of fundraising before Cassie showed up, but she has whipped us into shape. And we're grateful for that every day. I'd also like to thank the world's best dressed MC, our Chief Financial Officer, Will Smith. Now that I know he's moving offices, I think I'm going to need to invest in a little bit more insurance, because I don't know about those hamstrings. But Will and Matt Cullen had a vision for this place. And if they had not worked with Senator Levin, Carl Levin, and the Michigan Natural Resources Trust Fund almost 20 years ago, we wouldn't be standing here today. As tremendous leadership, Senator Levin was a huge champion of the riverfront. And we would not be here without his leadership. We miss him. Before we get on with the groundbreaking, I'd like to introduce one more very special guest. I'm lucky because I get to know a lot of very community-oriented organizations, families, corporations, and foundations. There are a lot of people working to make this city a better place and work to make this country a better place. But there's something really special about Mary Wilson. Mary has been incredibly encouraging throughout this entire process. She sat on the jury for our design competition, and she shows up to events, including a very, very rainy and muddy event on this site where I was worried we were going to get her permanently stuck in the mud. We managed to get her home in one piece, a little bit wet, as I recall. But Mary, you have lifted our spirits. You have encouraged us. Your warmth and your enthusiasm are unparalleled. We're so grateful for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming and thanking Life Trustee of the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation, Mary Wilson.
Wow, I'm supposed to speak after that? Speaking of speaking, I remember in 2017, October 18th, 2017, when we made this announcement, which, by the way, we kept it a secret for 1 year that we were going to do this. I had laryngitis. And what could I say? And what I said was, Ralph is sending me a message. And it is, Mary, you don't need to say anything. It speaks for itself. But I have my voice today. And I just want to say that what would Ralph say right now? And he would say, thank you to so many people that have made this happen. The Riverfront Conservancy, over 20 some odd years, giving us the opportunity to have this amazing waterfront parkway, and all the people that have come together to embrace the vision of this park. And again, Ralph would just say thank you. And then he would end with his coach's favorite expression, which was, where would you rather be than right here, right now? Thank you.
Absolutely, Mary. Absolutely. Where else would you want to be? Thank you for your inspiring words. It is truly an honor for us that this park will bear the name of your beloved husband. Thank you so much. Now, is everybody ready for a groundbreaking? I'm racking up hard hats this year, people. Got about 5 hard hats out this year already. It's only May. So I ask that the speakers please afterwards join me for the ceremonial hard hat and shovel moment. For those of you who are looking for souvenirs of the day, you'll find plenty of photo ops with our roving picture frames and our static display where you can don a hard hat and a shovel, but you can't get an original. After the groundbreaking, please join us for some complimentary churros and other goodies at the food trucks. And don't forget to get your best Riverwalk t-shirt and bonbons from the Bond while supplies last. And later today, join us for our official after party. DJ Khaled is going. No, I'm just joking. Join us later today for our after party celebration at Batch Brewery on Porter Street in Corktown, and raise a glass starting at 4. In celebration of the Wilson groundbreaking, the first 25 guests will get a free drink ticket, and we'll also have some best Riverwalk swag to give away. Visit DetroitRiverfront.org for information on upcoming events like Sturgeon Day, Riverfront Run, Parks and Pints, programs like mental health awareness, and then Will Smith's 50th birthday in September. I had to throw that in. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Detroit Riverfront. And if you're posting today, please use the hashtag RCW Park and hashtag Detroit Riverfront. Thanks for being here. Thank you for celebrating this monumental moment with us. 2009, Mark, is when I sent that wire out, $9 million. I remember it like it was yesterday. All right. Have a good one, everybody.